Hello everyone! Welcome viewers! Today, we are diving headfirst into the vibrant world of pictographs, where every symbol tells a story, and the language is universal. So buckle up for a visually thrilling ride as we explore the colorful, dynamic significance of these little graphic powerhouses.
So hello everyone. So our table of contents here is first is our introduction. Next is our history. Next is the description, definition of terms, steps, procedures, sample problems, solution, interpretation and answer, conclusion, generalization, and lastly is the references.
So what is pictograph and why do we need to learn about this? Well. A pictograph is a graphical representation that employs images or symbols to represent data or information. So learning about pictograph is crucial as it enhances visual literacy, enabling individuals to interpret and convey information effectively through symbols. And also, this skill is valuable in a globalized world, fostering cross-cultural communication and facilitating comprehension in diverse settings.
Now let's move on to the history of the pictographs. So, pictographs have been used as a mathematics education for centuries, serving as a visual aid to help learners understand and interpret numerical data. It was originated around 9000 BC in cultures everywhere, including the ancient civilizations like Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt. They have evolved significantly over time, serving both educational and communicative purposes. So here are the evolutions of the history of the pictographs. So first is the early culture uses included simple symbols or drawings such as hieroglyphs and cuneiforms, which laid the groundwork for more structured mathematical communication. Next is the Chinese characters and Mayan glyphs also contributed in pictorial elements and writing systems. And today, pictographs are crucial in early mathematics education, helping students visualize and understand numerical concepts before transitioning into more abstract representations. They are also used in graphic representations like bar graphs, pie charts, and diagrams. And last is, the digital era has brought about sophisticated graphical tools, allowing for dynamic and interactive pictorial representations in mathematics education. However, challenges such as clarity and cultural sensitivity remain.
Here's the description of a pictograph. It is a visual representation of data using symbols or pictures to convey information. Each symbol in a pictograph represents a certain quantity or value, making it easier for the viewers to interpret and understand the data at a glance. Pictographs are particularly useful for presenting simple or categorical data in a visually appealing manner. Its elements contain the title, symbols or images, data labels, key or legend, and a scale.
Good day everyone, I am Anne-Marie Diamistad and I will now discuss to you the definitions of the terms used. The first one is the symbol. It represents a certain number of items or units. We also have the data. It refers to the information being represented in the pictograph. This could be a numerical data, categorical data, or other types of information that can be usually depicted. We also have the category or the label. This term tells us the type of data being represented. A legend or a key, it is a component of a pictograph that provides information about the value of each symbol. We also have the scale. The scale of a pictograph is the number the symbols represent. Of course, the title. This is a brief description or label that indicates what the pictograph is depicting.
Now, have you ever wondered how a pictograph is being made? In this discussion, we will be introducing to you 5 steps to create an effective pictograph that depicts or represents. So in these 5 steps, first is to collect data, second is to select symbol, third is to assign a key, fourth is to draw or illustrate the pictograph with labels and titles, and fifth is to review the data and the pictograph. The first step is to collect data. So the first stage in creating a pictograph is to collect and gather information and select a specific one that you want to represent. We can then create a draft of the data using a table or a list after all the information has been gathered. Step 2 is to select symbol. To represent the data, we use images or photos or even symbols. If the data, for instance, shows the amount of rainfall experienced by various cities, we use photos of clouds or any other relevant imagery. The symbols should be clear and succinct, and it should appropriately depict or represent the facts or the data. The third is to assign a key. We use a key to indicate the value of the symbols that we've chosen to utilize. Considering that one symbol is not sufficient to convey the data if its frequency is high. As a result, the key numerical value is utilized and written alongside the pictograph.
Step 4 involves creating a pictograph by illustrating 2 columns to represent categories in data. Category labels are placed on the left column, while the right column displays the data or the amount of symbols required for each label. This can be done by referring back to the previously gathered information, using fractions if necessary to represent a frequency that is not a whole number. Additionally, a key should be drawn to explain the symbols used. Titles should be added to the graphs to provide context for what they represent. In step 5, it's crucial to ensure that the symbols in the pictograph accurately represent the data and the labeling is clear. This involves meticulous attention to detail to match the symbols with the corresponding data points. By double-checking the accuracy of the representation, we can guarantee that the viewers interpret the pictograph correctly and gain insights from the data represented. Accuracy is paramount in conveying meaningful information through visual representations like pictograph.
Hello, I'm Sophia Scotland, and today I'd like to discuss the analysis from a sample problem involving the number of books read by students in a week at the local library. In this sample problem, we analyze the pictograph representing the number of books read by students each day at the local library. By carefully analyzing the books, we observed varying quantities of book icons for each day, and each icon representing 5 books. On Monday, there was 6 book icons equating to 30 books. Tuesday had 5 book icons representing 25 books. Wednesday had 8 book icons indicating 40 books. Thursday and Friday had 4 book icons totaling to 20 books each. On Saturday, there were 7 book icons accounting for 35 books. To find the total number of books read, we simply added up the quantities from each day. So 30 plus 25 plus 40 plus 20 plus 20 and plus 35, which equals to 170 books.
So moving on to our second problem. So the pictograph here shows the different kinds of beverages and a cup, which shows the equivalent number of people. So 1 cup is equivalent to 5 people. As shown in the pictograph, for the tea there are 2 cups, for the coffee there are 4 cups, for the green tea there is 1 cup, for the iced tea there are 3 cups, and for the cold coffee there are 5 cups. So the question is, how many people typically prefer cold coffee than tea? The solutions: number of people who drink tea is equals to 2 times 5 equals to 10 people. Number of people who drink cold coffee is 5 times 5 is equals to 25 people. So cold coffee minus tea is equals to 25 people minus 10 people equals 15 people. So therefore, there are 15 people who typically prefer cold coffee than tea.
The following pictograph shows the data on the number of hours the student spends on a particular activity during the day. The first problem is how many hours the student spends on studying, playing, and watching TV. Here are the solutions. Number of hours spent on studying is 2 hours times 2 is equals to 4 hours. Number of hours spent on playing is 1 hour times 2 is equals to 2 hours. Number of hours spent on watching TV is half hour times 2 is equals to 1 hour. So, the total number of hours is 7 hours.
Hello everyone, I am Raj Wasila Buda. So I'm going to do the interpretation and the answer. So now in our pictograph here, there is a first sample here, which is the books. So here there are days and the books are sold. So there are days from Monday to Saturday. So each book, the book icon represents 5 copies sold. So in the conclusion here is the total number of books sold from Monday to Saturday is 170 books were sold during the week. So going on with the sample 2, so here in the pictograph there are different kinds of beverages, and each people represents a coffee icon, which is represent 5 persons. So in the conclusion, this is cold coffee is equivalent to 25 people minus 10 people is equivalent to 15 people. So therefore, there are 15 people who typically prefer cold coffee than green tea. Going on with the last sample, so here we have the activity and the icon of the number of hours, but the icon here is the clock. The clock represents 2 hours. So now in the conclusion here is in the number of hours spent from studying, playing, watching TV is equivalent to 7 hours total.
In conclusion, Pictograph emerged as indispensable tool for effective communication across diverse fields and contexts. The inherent ability of pictographs to convey complex information quickly and intuitively makes them invaluable in enhancing comprehension and retention. Whether employed in education materials to aid learning in public space for universal understanding or in data representation for accessibility, Pictograph transcends language barriers and caters to broad audience. Their visual simplicity not only facilitates effective communication but also fosters exclusivity. The versatility of pictographs evident in their adaptability to convey message in fields ranging from healthcare and transportation to education and emergency response underscores their paramount importance. This is a universal language. Pictographs not only transcends linguistic constant but also offers a powerful means of promoting accessibility and understanding in increasingly interconnected world. In this discussion, we relied on several key references to support our point and provide context. The following list is a list of references used. These references provide valuable insights and evidence to support the discussion and pictographs. And each of these were selected for its credibility, reference, and contribution to the topics discussed.